How's it going, everyone? Sethphir here, and welcome back to another Tower of Fantasy video. Today is day 31 in the Ultimate Guide series, and we have a lot of important strategic changes to the way that we are approaching experience and vitality usage. So there's going to be some really critical things in here that you're going to want to check out. So first, we're going to have the breakdown. The first section will contain the news and the very important things. After that, we're going into the speedrun daily checklist, followed by the extra daily checklist, and wrapping it up will be the after all that section, where we talk about some long-term goals. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. The first thing is going to be the leveling schedule is changing. Right now, the max level is 62 in the game, and it takes 2.7 million experience to reach there. But before, we were getting one level every 2 days. Now we are getting one level every 3 days. So you're going to have 3 days of bounties, 3 days of Mia's Kitchen, and 3 days of vitality spending to reach the cap. You will reach the cap because bounties can give you somewhere between 4 to 500,000 depending on how lucky you get. Mia's Kitchen is a guaranteed 120,000 every day, and then you also have your vitality spending, which is about 30 vitality is about 60,000, maybe a little bit more experience. So as you can see, we're not going to be worried about hitting level 63 max or filling up this bar all the way to 62 because we have a lot of time. Time is something we have right now. So our strategy is going to change away from focusing on experience now, finally, since we have this new leveling path or schedule, and we are going to be focusing on other things like making good use of our vitality. That's going to be very critical, which we'll talk about here in a few. But first, I wanted to say on the Twitch streams yesterday, we streamed for the first time. It was great. We do it every day at 6 p.m. EST, so make sure to look forward going to that today. And yes, we will still have YouTube streams. We're just doing a little bit of Twitch for now. So that's going to be something in there, but we are also doing frontier carries on the Twitch stream, and that's going to be the important part. So if you're on Solaris North American server, head to the stream and we will run giveaways, and we did it yesterday, so we're going to give away carries. We can carry 4 boxes at the moment. So I know I heard a lot of horror stories of people entering the matchmaking and people leave immediately, and they're just trolling like straight up. So I know it can be hard to get more than like that 1 or 2 chests, so we're trying to do our part and help out on our server at least. And if you're not on our server, I have some tips for you for Frontier Clash. So the most important thing is to realize where the meta is at for Frontier Clash, and right now it's on Crow. It's centered around Crow, using the jetpack thing. That may change very soon, but I would say use it while you can because it's going out the window. But Crow is going to be a pivotal point in that, so if you can gather a few players that are using Crow, that will help you a lot. And the next thing is going to be Shiro, actually. Shiro is very important for the Frontier Clash meta because of 2 reasons. She activates Grievous, which gives you 20% increased damage on the boss for 7 seconds, and if you have her C5, it's another 7 seconds, so that's 14 seconds. And then when you activate her 1 ability, the Full Bloom, you will also increase damage and shatter to the target by 30%. So Shiro is giving 50% more damage to your party. This is the strategy that we use to get 5 chests, so I just wanted to leak that out there and let everybody know that this is the play, having 1 Shiro player in your party to buff the or debuff the target so it takes more damage, and the rest of the people using Crow is ideal at the moment. If you don't have Crow, you can use Samir. It does pretty good damage, but for a damage comparison for you, our best Crow player does 144 million damage, and when you run Samir, you can maybe scrape out 40 million, something like that. So you can see the massive difference there. And then the final tip I will have for you will be to make sure that everybody in your party is from the same crew, even if it's just temporary and you can get together and sort of create a team like that. The crew buff is massive. It's 40% per player, and that's going to go for every single person in your party. So it's a huge damage increase. Like, it will make the difference between like a 3 chest and a 5 chest. So that's going to be very important. And then small tip, just make sure you're using a food buff before you go in and prepping your appropriate relics. That will definitely help you along the way. So I just wanted to do a quick PSA for Frontier Clash success and to kind of help you guys obtain those 5 chests that we've been getting, because because there's a lot of, good materials in there in terms of gold gear and purple gear, which is going to go a long way. The more you can get, the better, because you can use it for XP fodder. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about Vitality. We have some important and critical changes for Vitality now. So it's going to change the way we approach Vitality. Before, we were doing any 3-star gate that we could get our hands on, but now is the time to switch off of that. The only 3-star gates that we are looking for are gates with gold materials, like the booster frame or the nanofiber frame. And the reason for this is because the Battle Pass is giving a lot of Weapon Augment Box 1, which contains nano coatings and acid proof glaze, the 2 purple ones down here, and those are a lot easier to get. So you're going to be starving for these big materials like the booster frame and the nanofiber frame, and you're going to have quite a plentiful bounty of these nano coatings and acid proofs. So we're going to be focusing on 3-star gates for those 2 gold materials. If you can get a 2-star gate, that is also acceptable. It is pretty decent. But a 1-star gate is definitely not worth, because at that point you could just go to the dimensional trial and hit difficulty 5, and you essentially get the value of a Stargate of 1 star with the gold material, plus you get a bonus rank 2 material, the acid or the nano, so you might as well just take that, and a lot of other good stuff. So that's going to be the play now. And then in addition to that, you can also focus on gold gear and matrices. Today is a good day for that. We have Huma, Samir, which are very powerful matrices, as well as 2 gold pieces of armor. So if you don't have a good piece of armor in those slots and you're interested in those Samirs, or you will be able to go in there and get those, and that's going to be the route that you're going to go to. And then since we are hitting level caps a lot easier, you might hit your level cap early. If you hit your level cap early, go ahead and use Omnium Beacon. If you're maxed on experience, you want to bank in an Omnium Beacon so that you can save it for later in the future and activate it when you need it down the line, when we get into the high levels, like 65, 70 range, 75, somewhere up in there, like very far in the future after like 2.0. So just be aware that that's what we're saving for. Next, we have the Bygone Phantasm. I did want to issue a warning for that. We are on Friday, so make sure you're going into the Bygone Phantasm and starting to grind your levels up, because if it hits Saturday, Sunday, Sunday night, and all of a sudden you have to climb like 30 levels, it's going to be rough, and you're going to be staying up late at night, and it's not going to be that fun, right? So today, since we have hit level 62, this is going to be the max we're ever going to be in this week, because Saturday will be 1 day ahead, and then Sunday will be another, but we won't get that level 63 until Monday. So keep that in mind. You're going to be in your highest power spike, so you should go ahead and start grinding your Bygone Phantasm. So just a little heads up on that. Make sure you're aiming for that, because there are a lot of good rewards this week, including a massive amount of gold dust, and you definitely don't want to miss out on that. Once you have that covered, I do want to say that this is a great day for side quests within the world. There are tons of side quests in Astra Shelter. There's tons of quests around Astra, as well as Bangies, especially in the dock, Cetus Island, and tons of other areas where you can gather these quests, and as you complete them, more seem to unlock. So go ahead and do the side quests, because they will give you important things like relic shards and weapon augment materials. So that's going to be really powerful. So you can get a lot of really good things. You would be surprised. Like, some of these side quests are just like, oh, hey buddy, here's like 3 SSR relic shards. Like, whoa, really? That's awesome. So go ahead and check those out. Now's a good time to do that, since we have these long level gaps. They give a little bit of XP, but not too much. So that should make up the difference between just doing your daily stuff and some side quests. Get those done. That will definitely be really nice for you. In addition to side quests, we do have a new Void boss today. Today is the Franken Aberrant. So if you do not have him, go ahead and check him out. It is physical immunity and frost vulnerability. It might be different for you depending on your region, so go ahead and check that out. See if it's a boss that you need for your collection. Hopefully you're getting close to collecting them all. And we do have that Void Rift charge, so hopefully you get lucky and get an SSR Matrice. We'll see how it goes. Then we have the Wormhole. The Wormhole has concluded. Rewards should be issued out. You should see them in your mailbox. Now that we have done that, you will see that the cycle reward will be on 400, and you will now be able to play Ursa Major as a endless mode repeatable if you had cleared last week. So make sure to check that out, because when you do the endless mode for the first time, every reset, every 5 days, you will get 20 gold dust per floor that you clear. There are 8 floors total, so that's 160 gold dust. So you have 4 days to get that done. I figured I'd just throw it out there if you want to get ahead on it. And the next Wormhole rank we're going to have is at level 60 or 70, sorry. So that will be quite for, quite a while to go there. Level 70, you'll be like Vera 2.0, where we get like, we'll have Claudia for sure by then. Hopefully we have Cobalt B, probably Lynn and Ruby since they were teased in the trailers. So we'll be entering Vera in the Mirror City and all that stuff. So that'll be some good things to be on the lookout for. But, it's going to be a while into the future for sure. All right, now that we have those out of the way, we're going to dive into our speedrun section, and I really mean speedrun this time, so we're going to get some of those things out of the way. So the first thing you're going to want to do every day is check out your bounties. You should be heading there and completing all of those. Following that, make sure you're caught up with the main story. The next one's coming on Artificial Island, which will be September 15th. Then we have the runes, which does unlock today, CO1 on hard mode, so you should be able to get that with some nice goodies. And then Mia's Kitchen is something that you should be collecting for experience today. Then following that, make sure you have used your vitality on whatever it is appropriate that we talked about before, whatever material it is or item it is that you need. And then finally, make sure you are getting towards your level cap, but I wouldn't stress too much. If you're somewhere around like 800,000 experience a day, you're probably good. You're probably good for the day. So just do your stuff and you'll coast. Next, we have the extra daily checklist, which is going to include the training, so make sure you go ahead and check those things out. Today I have that, which will not be named, the stupid burger. And then I have the soccer training, so kind of rough ones for me today. Then you're going to head to the map and check out the black market for Hopkins for your free daily gift, as well as Cetus Island, the claw machine for your 3-time attempt, and then head over to Hycros to do your machine part farm in the little circle so that you can maintenance your vehicles. And since we have the mech bird now, you're probably going to need some parts, so go ahead and be investing towards that. Once you have done those things, check out the shop in the daily supply box section, collect your free supply here, and then go over here and get your vitality solutions, however much you feel comfortable spending dark crystals on. I recommend only 50 dark crystals for the free-to-play players. Then, following that, we are going to check our support points, so you can go ahead and head out to the commissary, make sure you're working towards your end goal of having all those black nucleus and joint supply chips done. And then you're going to be looking around the world for elemental ore, the fire ice and lightning nodes, and make sure you go ahead and gather all those. They will have crystals and a lot of other good stuff for you, so definitely check those out. Then we're into long-term goals, so you're looking at mounts and achievements. Try to wrap up everything you can before 1.5 comes out so that you can have the most advantage possible. And I think that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching these videos. As always, make sure to know that we have a Twitch stream tonight at 6 p.m. EST. That's twitch.tv/Sethphir. Straight up, go ahead and go there, check it out, give it a follow, and we will be doing some Frontier Clash giveaways as well as some other exciting content like climbing the Bygone ladder, PvP, and we do world boss runs and a whole bunch of other goodies, so make sure to stop by and check it out. In addition to that, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell if these guides have been useful to you at all whatsoever, and we will see you in the next video.